I just started the recording. Pat, welcome tonight here at COINATION. It's a pleasure having you. You're from Apollo. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and the project in general?
Yeah, so just let me get on camera here. How's everybody doing?
So you are a little quiet.
Oh.
Are you on the VC with an iPhone?
I am, yes.
If you're with an iPhone, you can just scroll down the interface of the VC. Then you go on the writing menu in the normal chat. You push the microphone button at the right bottom corner just for a second, and then you stop it again, and then your microphone should work normally. It's a glitch.
How does it sound now?
The same, I'm afraid.
Okay, hold on. I'll just leave the chat and I'll come back in just a sec.
It sounds good.
Does it sound better now or no?
You have an echo.
Okay.
I guess you're in the voice chat menu at the moment. On the right top corner, there is a file arrow down. Then you are in the chat menu again. You click on message, and in the right bottom corner, there's a microphone. Just push it for a second, but don't record any message. And when you stop this again, it will work.
How about now?
It's the same, I guess.
Okay.
It's always a pity with the technique.
Yeah.
How about now? Just up to my ear.
Perfect.
It's better?
Yeah, still a little bit of echo, but
guys, I see you got some questions. Please wait till the end of the AMA, then we will open a question round where you can put all your questions in the chat or here in the voice chat. So please just be a little patient, otherwise we will not be able to have a good and structured flow.
So, do you want me to do a kind of an intro?
Yeah, you're from Apollo, like I said before. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you, about the team, about the whole project in general?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Pat Riley. I'm from Ontario, Canada. Been in business a lot of years, in between lead generation, marketing, software development, and all outside the crypto. I got into crypto in 2017, very active in heavier investing in the top 100 tokens and coins. And then over the last, I'd say 18 months or so at this point, really heavy into DeFi, and started to kind of bring my passion to life with, the main job, like the marketing stuff that I do with the lead generation and the software development mainly, I guess. And I was just so sick and tired of like the rug pulls and the launch pads not treating, the project owners well, and even some of the design aspects of some of the launch pads are very, I guess shit and basic. And I just wanted to kind of make a change. And come from any entrepreneur and business owner, when you find problems in a certain niche and can facilitate solutions, that's an economical, it makes sense, to be able to create a business around something like this. So that's how it all came to be.
wir haben ein mega Echo. Ich höre mich auch doppelt.
Gotta figure out how to get rid of this echo.
Not you, Pat. Pat, not you. Kannst du dich muten, Bubble Boy, Bebop?
Es sollte jetzt funktionieren.
Ich glaube. Okay.
Hast du noch jemanden?
Ja, jetzt haben wir kein Echo mehr. Okay, super.
Perfekt.
Nee, are we good now?
Now we're good.
Yes, we're perfect now. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's amazing now, actually. Yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, when it comes to the team, like this is being run as like a legit company versus, some other projects that have friends that are, somebody's a developer. One person does this, one person does that. We actually have, I guess we now, because of this other project that we're working on, there's 17 people that work for me right now on payroll, in between, contractors or actual payroll. But there's 17 people in between front end, back end, Solidity devs, graphic designers, social people, and all. Obviously, our mods are even over and above that. So there's probably 20 plus people that work for me at this point. I am the CEO. We've got an amazing group of investors, amazing group of advisors as well. Thanks to Pat for bringing us into this group with you guys to have this conversation. He's definitely an asset to us for sure. Absolutely, as an investor and a friend and a partner, in this project. So, lots of cool stuff coming down the pipe. We started. Oh my God, really would have been April. Like we I guess we started the software development for this last year. We built basically the first Telegram ads platform, pay-per-click ads platform, so people could, legitimately buy advertising, in Telegram, because it's such a, it's a little scammy some days, depending on which, Telegram groups are all botted, these call channels, not getting the response and the results that the projects that have limited budgets, should be getting. So we built that. We built a marketplace. The baby of babies is our pre-sale platform by far. Some of the features we have on that are just literally unheard of in the space, never seen before in any other pre-sale platform. And then the milestones that we have coming down the pipe even blow that out of the water, with some of the stuff we're adding to the platform and additional companies that we're in the process of building over and above that pre-sale platform, which takes us a little more mainstream than a typical project.
I'm gonna just jump in on the Ads Platform in German for a couple of seconds. Ich erkläre euch mal, wie die Ads-Plattform funktioniert. Und zwar, wie ja Pat schon gesagt hat, es gibt Krypto-Projekte, die wirklich tightes Marketing-Budget haben. Und um das meiste da rauszuholen für die Projekte, auch wenn die im Pre-Sale sind oder launchen, ist, dass es einen Apollo Ads Bot gibt. Dieser Bot wird dann integriert auf der Telegram-Channel-Gruppe und wird sich zusätzlich auf der Website angemeldet bei uns auf Apollo. Und genau, Payment erfolgt dann durch uns, Pay per Klick. Also nur organischer Traffic, der generiert wird auch in Rechnung gestellt. Dadurch entgehen wir den ganzen Bot-Scheiß und diese ganze Marketing, jeden Influencer, wenn du denen ein paar tausend Euro geben musst oder Dollar und im Endeffekt bekommst du nicht das erwünschte Ergebnis. So funktioniert die Ads-Plattform ungefähr.
Okay. So the ad platform is like one of your universal selling points, because you think it's good to support projects and give them the best for a tight budget, so even small ones can have a good start.
Yeah, so I guess like let's the normal I guess pitch, like what I tell friends and family and investors, there's a lot of projects that come that have very limited budgets, don't really necessarily know what they're doing when it comes to crypto, don't know what marketing efforts should be done to be able to sell it a project or sell it a pre-sale, or and just don't have that guidance. So we've put lots of different things in place to be able to help that come to reality. And one is that literally, and I'll tell you a quick story. Back years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, I was helping out projects, and I was just as an investor. This is back when crypto moonshots, on Reddit was the place to be to find, new projects, and now it's just pretty much rug pulls. But anyway, so it was literally, I was helping out projects, spending my own money on advertising, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to help this project. I'm going to get a call from a big group, and it was like, I don't even know what group it was now, but it was, 80, 100,000 people. It cost $2 BNB to get a call. And literally all we had got was marketing proposals and shit. Like it was pointless, right? So, there's so many call groups, and we see that quite often, even in our ads platform. These, in the ads platform, we've got 140 to 145, something like that, groups signed up for running ads in their groups. But, how many of those people are active? How many of those are bots? How many of those are legit investors that want to get into projects? So I figured, the ads platform would be perfect. That if I pay per click, like my monthly ad spend in my normal business, I spend about $1 million a month now in pay-per-click ads between Google and Facebook. And for me as a marketer, if I can see results that I can scale up, I can scale that business, infinite, for some of the niches that I'm in, and no different than if I was, a project, for me to be able to spend $1,000 and get X amount of clicks, and guaranteed traffic to my project. It's not much. Like it's still going to be based on the project, the community, and how involved they are. And there's some other, obviously reasons why somebody would invest in a project or not. But we can definitely help get that traffic there. And people are actually knowing what they're paying to get those visitors. And even when it comes to the pre-sale platform itself, like it's so easy for a project, and now we're cross-chain or multi-chain, between BSC and Crow. We're adding ETH, AVAX, and a few other ones down the road. There's some grants out there that we're working with a couple other different blockchains to get them integrated with us as well, newer blockchains. But it's just that ease of being able to set up a pre-sale. We have pre-sale, private sale, fair launch. We even have something called Apollo Safe Plays, which we'll get into here in a minute. But when we look at the actual pre-sale platform and helping projects get themselves going, they can easily set up a pre-sale on our platform. They can add all the information that you could possibly want when it comes to, description of the project, video embeds. If you have a YouTube link, they can post that. And it's nice and easy for projects to be able to invest in it. And one of the biggest features, the two biggest features that make us different than any of the pre-sale platforms, through our Apollo Pups NFT collection, we actually offer crypto insurance. So it's one of those things that there's so many callers out there that will say, oh yeah, go buy this project. This project, they take money, they do the call, but there's no backing, and if I put my name on something, then I want to cover it through our crypto insurance. And how that works is that we'll actually pay back up to 100% of that person's pre-sale investment based on how many NFTs they have. So if they have one NFT, we cut back 25%. If they have 4 NFTs, that's basically 25% per NFT that we pay back 100% of the pre-sale if it was a vetted project. So if I actually took the time, I vetted them, my team vetted them, went through the bases, business plan, marketing plans, the actual, the code, the script, the contract itself, the website, white paper, everything made sense. And I put my stamp of approval saying, guys, this is a vetted project on the platform. I will stand behind that forever. And basically, if that project has an exploit, rugs in any particular way over the first 6 months of that project, I will 100% reimburse that money back based on the NFTs that you hold. So it just adds that little peace of mind, for one, the projects that actually give a shit about their community, for them to go through that vetting process, to be able to say, oh, by the way, investors, you guys are covered under the Apollo crypto insurance, right? So that's an amazing selling feature for what we have on the go. The second thing is based on how many tokens you. Oh, go ahead.
One second. Let me just jump in German, okay?
Yeah, ich glaube, das ist einer von den wichtigeren Teilen.
Because you keep pouring out all the stuff. Yeah, it's Okay, ich übersetze es mal ganz kurz auf Deutsch, was er gesagt hat. Das sind ein paar ziemlich wichtige Stichpunkte gewesen. Und zwar haben wir ein KFC- und Betting-System auf Apollo. Dieses KFC und Betting wird durch die 17 Devs oder 15 Devs plus Pad durchgeführt. Jedes Projekt, das kommt zum Beispiel auf die Apollo-Website, führt natürlich dann auch die ganzen Informationen aus. Und dann gibt es einen Bereich, wo es dann zum KYC und Vetting und Audit kommt. Und wenn sich dieses Projekt darüber anmeldet, dann bekommt Pat sozusagen eine Message, eine Info, okay, die melden sich an und führt dann das durch. Businessplan. Wie liquide ist das Projekt? Gibt es in den Kontrakt irgendwelche Rugs oder Scams oder Pulls? Ja? Und wenn das der Fall ist, dass nichts von dessen vorkommt, dann wird dieses Projekt gelistet. Und zwar sieht man das dann auch, das hat dann auf der Website einen Banner, wo es gekennzeichnet ist. Und dann weiß jeder Apollo-Investor oder jeder, der darin investieren möchte, dass es eben secure ist. Und die Versicherung skaliert sich so hoch, bis zu 100% eben, dass du bei einem NFT 25% von deinem Investment zurückbekommst. Bei 4 NFTs bekommst du 100% von deinem Investment zurück. Kriterien dafür sind, dass der Apollo Pup, also der Apollo NFT, gestaked werden muss auf der Website und dass das Projekt in den ersten 6 Monaten eben kein Rug oder Scam macht. Und genau, dafür hält halt Pat seinen Namen hin. Und es ist ihm extrem wichtig, dass ein bisschen Sicherheit stattfindet, momentan im Crypto-Space.
Das heißt dann quasi, wenn ich 4 NFTs habe, dann bin ich mehr oder weniger auf der sicheren Seite, sollte das Projekt irgendwie scammen oder einen Rugpull oder sonstiges machen.
Richtig, komplett richtig, ja. Aber nur bei den Projekten, die halt wirklich KYC und so weiter durchführen, ja. Also auf Apollo kann jedes Projekt launchen, aber es ist natürlich im Interesse von dem Investor, diese Projekte rauszusuchen, die dieses Angebot annehmen, dass sie von uns ein KYC und ein Audit bekommen, zum Beispiel, ja. Das wird sichtlich auf der Webseite, bekommt das Projekt einen Banner, kann jeder erkennen.
Okay. So back to you, Pat. I think most of the, or do you have anything else to say in German?
Yeah, cool.
No,
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm cool. Now it's your turn again. I will translate after that.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So the next, I guess, big feature, you know, especially when the platform starts picking up more momentum, is that anybody with our NFTs and tokens, or a larger portion of tokens, they earn whitelist spots. And every single time that fires, that people can actually use those accrued whitelist spots. They're good for 30 days, and you can whitelist yourself to any of the projects that launch on the platform. So literally, we sold out to the pre-sale, the private sale of one of our incubator safe plays not too long ago, like a week ago, and it was literally done through our own community whitelisting themselves to those projects, or for those 2 sales, which is pretty cool stuff. So it actually works multi-chain as well. So you hold our tokens, hold our NFTs, or stake our tokens and NFTs. You earn the whitelist spots, but those whitelist spots transfer over to any of the other chains on our platform. So it is pretty cool that, you know, I know for myself, I personally don't have time to jump through hoops and run and go through sweep widgets contests and shit like that to be able to get into pre-sales, and having that ability for our investors and our holders to be able to easily get into those projects without jumping through a bunch of hoops. You know, I think that's really, really important. And one more thing, I guess, flipping over to you know, the pre-sales themselves, the projects, those whitelist spots don't take away from. It's kind of a blend, like a typical launch pad versus a pre-sale pad, like pig sale or DX sale, that they can still add. The communities can still add their whitelist, and our whitelist just get mixed in with those. So it is still first come, first serve. We only keep a small allocation per project based on what the hard caps are to how many whitelist spots we actually provide, which is cool. So it's not going to water down with the community, and it's not going to affect how the community themselves and how much work they're putting in. Then over and above that is the ability, I guess, for the projects themselves to invest, to when they set up the pre-sales, to be able to figure out which marketing they want to pre-purchase for post-launch. So they can actually go through and select and pre-purchase any of the AMAs, any of the top guys that we have partnered with, which I'm fairly certain that by tomorrow morning, if you guys see the website, there's going to be an AMA with you guys listed as well. So some pretty cool stuff coming in the pipe with that. But we do offer the ability for projects up to a certain point of monies to be able to pre-purchase marketing AMAs that automatically gets held back from the pre-sale funds that go to the the creator, and we actually pay and organize with the influencers ourselves to make sure that those AMAs and whatnot are okay. So it just gives those investors, those project owners, some vetted options when it comes to marketing, so they actually have some shit organized for when they launch, versus trying to figure out where the best places to go, best influencers to talk to. It just makes it nice and simple for them to be able to find good marketing, good marketing places to go.
Yeah, I think you're taking a big burden off of them if they don't have to go through all that and they can focus on more important stuff in the background.
Yeah, like there's so many call groups, there's so many AMA groups, and I'm very selective in the groups that I add, just for the simple fact that, like, if I've worked with them, I've heard good things about them. I get asked all the time, if certain products and services can be added. And I was like, honestly, like, I've never worked with you, I don't know you, I don't know your reputation, I'm good, and I want to make it, I want to keep it that way, that I'm, that me and my circle are the ones that are, vetting some of these, these AMA groups and these call groups. And now we're actually going to be integrating back with our marketplace as well, which will allow us to add more services, whether it's mods or contracts, graphics, social, any of that stuff could be pre-purchased. And because we still want those projects to have money, hit their wallet, we actually limit them to spend up to 50% of what their portion is. So if it was, say they got 30 BNB, that was their portion after liquidity and all that stuff. That goes to the developer wallet. That will only allow them to spend up to 15 BNB. Because we know shit comes up. We know that they're going to need money for something else. So, we wanted to make sure that they have that money in the bank and they don't overspend with us. We don't upsell. We don't take any profits from that. We don't care. We just want to be able to help these projects get that visibility. And even, taking that visibility to the next level as well, like each one of those projects, once they launch, if you've seen our platform, all that information stays. You can claim your tokens, and literally on the same screen, you can click another tab. You can also buy and sell that token, look at the charts, the buy sell history, and all that information as well. So there's, it's kind of that one-stop shop, and that's kind of what we're going for, is that one-stop shop that has everything you could possibly imagine and want and need, to be able to, for one, set up a project. Even now, we've added token creation. So you can create your token, run your private sale, pre-sales, all that wonderful stuff directly on the platform. And from an investor standpoint, whitelist yourselves to the projects, invest in them, buy, sell directly on them. It is kind of a one-stop shop at this point, with some crazy, crazy stuff coming down the pipe. This is nothing in comparison to what's coming down over the next 30, 60, 90 days. It'll blow your mind.
Okay. Ich übernehme wieder. Ich hoffe, das ist okay für euch. Kurz basierend auf die Whitelist-Spots. Wie investiert oder was bekommt der Apollo-Investor jetzt mal? Was ist euer Benefit? Ihr haltet natürlich auch die Token und die NFTs, bekommt dadurch Profit Share und weitere Sachen. Darauf gehen wir später ein. Aber was ihr zusätzlich bekommt, ist, wir haben eine Tierliste, die skaliert sich natürlich hoch. Und ihr habt dann Whitelist-Spots. Diese Whitelist-Spots können natürlich automatisch benutzt werden, damit, wie Pat bereits das gesagt hat, es ist schwer, in ein Projekt reinzusteigen und dann musst du den Whitelist-Spot, musst du hinterherjagen, dann musst du irgendwelche Gewinnspiele mitmachen, dann musst du aktiv sein im Chat, dann musst du irgendwelche Kriterien erfüllen, dass du einen bekommst. Jeder Investor, der sich dafür qualifiziert und das Projekt auf Apollo launcht, kann einen Whitelist-Spot von sich benutzen, um darin im Presale, Private Sale teilzunehmen. Automatisch, ohne Zeitaufwand, ohne irgendwelche Mühen zusätzlich zu haben.
Wie Widget-Contests und Shilling-Contests und sonst.
Genau, ja. Und ich glaube, das ist ein großer Benefit auch für die Projekte. Die Projekte, also wir ziehen ja nicht irgendwie Whitelist-Spots von ihren ab, sondern das ist zusätzlich für die Apollo-Community und es wird gehandhabt fürs Come, für Surf. Also wer als erstes kommt, der hat natürlich die Garantie auf das Investment in das spezielle oder spezifische Projekt. Wer sich mal ein bisschen, ja?
Meine Frage war nur, da kommt jetzt, sagen wir, das Projekt XY und macht ein Presale. Ich hole mir eine Whitelist dafür und da gibt es, sagen wir jetzt mal, 10 Stück. Ich hole mir eine davon. Dann geht der Presale los mit Whitelist, aber ich benutze meine Whitelist nicht. Verfällt die dann einfach oder gibt es da irgendein System, dass das dann noch wer anderer irgendwie bucht?
Also sagen wir mal so, es ist ja immer nicht per Whitelist im Private oder Presale, sondern es ist Softcap, Hardcap. Natürlich, wenn Hardcap gefüllt ist, dann gibt es keine Investments mehr. Es wird so stattfinden, dass du eine Anzahl an Whitelist-Spots hast in deinem Account und alle 30 Tage wird dieser resettet. Das heißt, während diesen 30 Tagen, du entscheidest dich von deinen 15 Whitelist-Bots, 7 zu benutzen. Dann hast du noch 8 übrig. Nach diesen 30 Tage Frist generiert das System, macht ein Reset natürlich und dann hast du wieder deine 15 volle Whitelist-Bots.
Mhm. Aber wie läuft das dann genau? Wenn das Projekt den Presale schon hat, kann ich dann quasi draufgehen und da steht dann, das ist nur für Whitelist und dann kann ich meine Whitelist einlösen? Oder muss ich das im Vorhinein schon reservieren
Nee,
für das
also
Projekt?
nee, musst du nicht reservieren. Du gehst auf das Projekt drauf. Also wir haben eine Staking-Webseite. Auf dieser Staking-Webseite gibt es einen Button, wo du Whitelist-Spot available, wo du draufklicken kannst. Und dann kannst du dein Whitelist-Spot benutzen und auf das Projekt drauf zu klicken. Dann verknüpfst deine Wallet automatisch mit dem Presale und dann kannst du in den Whitelist, also in den Presale oder Private Sale reingehen.
Okay,
So ist
das
das
ist also
System
quasi nicht,
aufgebaut.
dass ich jetzt sehe, am 28. ist der Presale und wenn ich es am 24. noch nicht vorreserviert habe, dann gibt es halt keiner mehr für mich. Sondern das wird dann aufgemacht und zu dem Zeitpunkt, wer als erster reinkommt und eine frei hat, der kann sie benutzen.
Genau, richtig.
Okay.
Ja, und nochmal zu dem zweiten Teil, was Pat gerade gesagt hat. Diese Projekte, die jetzt bei uns launchen, haben natürlich dieses volle Rundum-Paket. Es werden verschiedene Marketingoptionen natürlich mit einbezogen. Es werden teilweise auch die Versicherung, KYC und so weiter einbezogen. Also dieses Projekt hat alles bei Apollo. Das ist der große Benefit für die Projekte. Sie müssen nicht zusätzlich irgendwie andere Influencer kontaktieren. Sie müssen nicht irgendwie separat Marketing starten, sondern wir handeln alles. Dazu haben wir auch noch natürlich ein Marketplace bisschen, wo die Projekte natürlich sich auch noch anmelden können und Mods zum Beispiel anheuern für die Gruppe und vieles mehr. Also Ziel von Apollo ist es eben, den Projekten so einfach wie möglich einen Launch und die Organisation wie möglich zu machen. Und das ist vom Pat die Vision eben.
Also quasi so ein All-in-One eierlegende Wollmilchsau-Paket, sage ich jetzt einmal.
Genau, the perfect ecosystem. Das ist das, was Apollo sein möchte, ja. Und das ist die Vision dahinter. Und wir sind an einem sehr, sehr guten Weg. Wie er bereits gesagt hat, es arbeiten 17 Devs auf Apollo. Es wird kontinuierlich gearbeitet an neuen Features und Projekten. Und es hört nicht auf, sondern es geht immer weiter. Und wir versuchen momentan, uns so breit wie möglich zu fächern in dem Bärenmarkt. Damit, wenn es wieder zum Bullmarkt kommt, natürlich, damit wir startklar sind, damit wir in jedem Aspekt zum greifbar sind und aufbauen können eben.
Mhm, verstehe. Das ist jetzt quasi nicht nur Launchpad, ihr seid auch irgendwo Marketing, Vermittlungsagentur, Register, wie man es nennen möchte.
Ja, Marketing, Register würde ich sagen. Also Vermittler jetzt nicht, weil die Projekte können sich ja selber zum Beispiel anmelden. Möchte ich eine MA bei COINATION haben? Möchte ich den Adspot haben und so weiter und so fort. Das ist den Projekten ganz sich selber überlassen.
Okay, also ihr stellt nicht die Strategie für sie zusammen, ihr gebt ihnen lediglich eine Datenbank an seriösen Dienstleistern
Genau,
oder Communities, sage ich jetzt einmal, zwischen denen sie sich selbst entscheiden können, ohne dass sie halt alle miteinander vergleichen müssen, rausfinden müssen, haben die eine gute Reputation oder nicht, bringt das was, bringt das nichts.
richtig. So ist es. Also das Projekt kann selber entscheiden auf der Webseite, was für Marketing es haben möchte, und was für Benefits es haben möchte. Möchtest du eine AIME haben auf Apollo, möchtest du eine AIME bei COINATION haben und so weiter und so fort. Also es ist strukturiert auf der Website aufgebaut, dass jedes Projekt wirklich für sich selber entscheiden kann, was möchte ich haben und was nicht.
Mhm, verstehe. Ist ein guter Ansatz.
Ja, ich, Pat, so I finished translating. Let's let
Okay.
I think let's give a shot before we go to the future decks and all that stuff. Let's talk about the tokenomics and about the benefits of the investors, about reflections, and of course the profit share.
So right now, coming from the tokenomics, like there's 13% tax buy sell. We kind of fluctuated depending on the volume of where we need to fund the funds currently. So right now we're boosting up our liquidity. We're boosting up the reflections, which we do pay out 2% reflections to our our investors, as well as our staking, as well as 1% of our token tax goes in reflections to our NFT holders that have staked, as well as 4% of our entire ecosystem's profit share goes back with our holders as well. So whatever money comes in from the ads platform, marketplace, any of the platforms moving forward, we do pay out 4% back to the token holders and 1% back to the NFTs as well. So NFT holders, technically, they would get profit share as well as reflections. And it doesn't really matter if they stake or not stake, that we do the reflections through the staking contract, or we do reflections as real time, just like any other reflections contract that goes right to the person's wallet. We do have a marketing wallet, but to be honest, when it comes to the financial aspect of this business, I've never relied on volume and token tax to pay for marketing or pay for development. I'm probably, by the end of August, I'll probably be, 600 plus thousand into Apollo, and I'm happy. So, like I said before, we're running this as a business, so there's never that time when the market shifts, the market goes dead and there's no volume that I really care. Other than the fact that obviously our investors, we want to be able to turn that chart to make the chart good. But when it comes to the financial aspect for me, myself as the developer and the holder of, the marketing wallets and development wallets, like we don't need that money to do anything that we're doing pushing forward, so we definitely calm the nerves when, our community, when, the volume dropped off, the market hit the wall, a month ago or a few weeks ago. That we haven't stopped. I don't plan on firing anybody. We'll just keep hiring if we need to. So that's pretty much the tokenomics. I want to be able to give back. There's some other bigger platforms that are coming down the pipe that will have other NFTs and some other perks and benefits, but we're never going to forget and not move forward with the profit shares and the reflection aspect of the actual original token that we have. And I'll never do one of those bridges on multi-chains and all that. We're going to stay on BSC, profit share on BSC, no matter which chain that we're working on, on any of our platforms.
Okay. That sounds interesting. So if I hold tokens, I get a profit share.
Yeah.
In which percentage, or how do you calculate it?
It's 4%, 4% of the revenue that's coming in, or 4% of the profits. Because most of the time it's really just fees anyway. Like we charge 2% of the raised BNB on the pre-sales that launch on our platform. So 4% of that amount would go into the contracts for the profit distribution. Same with the marketplace, same with the ads platform. There hasn't been a whole lot of business, and I'll be honest, right now especially the way the market conditions are. So it's not necessarily something, we wouldn't want somebody to come in as a short term, say, I want to make a bunch of passive income. I'm not that guy. There is something I'll talk about that will give you guys a shit ton of passive income. But when it comes to the growth of the platform in the next 6, 8, 12 months, when we really start taking that mass adoption, and we do have a plan when it comes to the marketing aspects, and I'll 100% get into that in a minute as well to tell you what we're up to. But we do have a plan for mass adoption, massive, multi-hundreds of thousands of dollars into marketing over the next 60 to 90 days. Which will start bringing more of that profit share out. But yeah, just by either holding or staking, you are earning profit share. You're earning, earning reflections on the way on both the tokens and the NFT side.
Okay, so that's interesting. And you get the compensation in BNB or in Apollo token, or in which token do we get that?
The reflections themselves are just in the Apollo token. It's just a typical reflections contract. The profit share is done in BUSD.
Okay.
Ich jump in, wenn das okay ist.
Always.
Okay, ich hoffe, es hat jeder verstanden. 13% Buy Sell, 2% Reflections, 3% Liquidity, 7% Marketing, 1% NFT Reflections. Diese 4% BUSD Profit Share stammt nicht aus den Tokenomics. Das ist ein separater Pool, der generiert wird von den Einnahmen, was Apollo durch den Pre-Sale generiert. Momentan Marktumfeld natürlich nicht vorteilhaft für ein Launchpad, sage ich mal. Deswegen haben wir da jetzt nicht relativ viel Ausschüttung. Ich bin jetzt halt auch in Apollo seit 2 Monaten und ich habe auch noch kein Profit Share gesehen. Nichtsdestotrotz wird in den nächsten paar Minuten Pat eine Marketingstrategie eingehen und auch auf andere Developments, die wir jetzt noch voranbringen, bevor wirklich das Marketing startet. Aber soweit hoffe ich, dass ich das ganz gut jetzt kurz und knapp zusammengefasst habe.
Wie lange ist die Liquidität gelockt?
Liquidität von BUSD, von dem Profit?
Nein, von eurem Token. Also vom Apollo Token.
How long is the liquidity lock from the Apollo token?
I think I did it for a year. And realistically, once that liquidity is up, we'll just move it over. We're doing some testing right now, but it'll be moving over to our own DEX.
Okay, also momentan arbeiten wir, wie bereits gesagt hat, jetzt gerade Liquidity ist gelockt für ein Jahr und nach dem Jahr werden jetzt gerade ein paar Tests vollzogen, weil wir an unserer eigenen DEX arbeiten, was natürlich ein neues Feature ist für die ganzen Projekte, die auf Apollo launchen. Und ich glaube, jetzt ist ein ganz guter Stichwort, bisschen näher oder spezifischer auf die DEX einzugehen. Pat, I think now you said something about the DEX. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about it, I guess?
So with all the, all the media, people saying that centralized exchanges are shit and keep your money off them, and if you look at some of the features that, some of these DEXs that are coming out, there's no real, prettiness or no functionality other than the typical swaps. Look at Pancake Swap. I know they have charts, but are very, very basic, and there's an advanced section, but not a lot of people use it. So, we're building out our own DEX right now. And there's a lot of guys, like a lot of the coins that come out, they make a DEX. They call it a DEX, but they use everybody else's liquidity but their own. So ours is a hybrid. The projects that are launching on our presale platform will be launching on our own DEX with liquidity pools, with the ability to add new liquidity, set up pool farms for like LP token pairs, all of that stuff. Any of those features and functions that, say, Pancake Swap has, they have. But we're also adding way nicer looking charts, more of a centralized exchange feel in the decentralized space. With limit orders and some of the other tech sides, just from displaying that information, that, again, I want to just make that one-stop shop that, you can buy in the pre-sale, you can buy and sell, you can, limit stop loss orders and all of that stuff done directly on the platform. And if, and the flip side too, if we will pull also in the liquidity of Pancake Swap and some of the other bigger DEXs, just because, just in case the product didn't launch with us or doesn't have pools with us, we don't want our investors to have to go somewhere else to buy those tokens either. So it's going to be a one-stop shop, even on that side, that we'll have our own liquidity pools, as well as tap into Pancake Swap, Uniswap, Crodex, or any of the other exchanges for liquidity as well. And of course, that just adds one other layer of transactions. The fees that we're taking, the 0.05%, transaction fee, which will go back into our holders as well, based on the profit share. So every little aspect of these businesses and additions to the platform are always coming back to our holders.
Okay, really interesting concept, I have to say.
So, I guess, do you want to, Pat, do you want me to talk about the high APY pools that are now on the development side for me to test tonight and finally go live?
That will finally go live this weekend?
So like when it comes to the passive income, like it's one of those things, like I literally think about the investors all the time of how we can, especially in a bear market, how can we give back to our investors, right? So if you look at PooCoin charts right now and all the ads all over the place, they're all about this high APY stuff, right? Like the higher APY pools, or self, compounding contracts or whatever. So we actually developed, and they literally pushed the code live this morning for me to test on the development server, which we'll push live as soon as I'm done testing. But we're allowing projects to be able to create a profile on our page, create a staking pool on the page of whatever APY they want. So I know in PancakeSwap, no different. We're going to have that too, that people can put like, the normal 10, 15, 20, 100% APYs on liquidity pairs. But we're also making it easy for a project to be able to create an actual proper staking pool on our platform, self-serve, self-serve that they can go on. They can actually type in what APY they want to give people, how many years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it will calculate based on the APY how many years to how many tokens they actually need to be able to keep that, not maintain it. It can't be necessarily a locked APY. I did the math on that, but it's the same idea that that basically every time that the rewards are gone, so many rewards, automatically recalculates that APY. But it gives the ability for projects to set up pools safely. They can still go through and get the exact same badges that are available on our presale platform, whether it's a vetted badge, audit badge, KYC badge. And the bonus is for the Apollo holders, and this is the blow your mind side, that we take 1% of whatever that pool amount was. So if they needed 100,000 tokens, I'm going to take 1% of those 100,000 tokens, and I'm going to put it in something called the Apollo Fuel Tank. Every single day, every 24 hours, we'll be doing an airdrop or through our staking that anybody that staked NFTs or tokens will get a percentage of every single token that had a pool on our platform, as well as 50% of the unstake and stake fees that we take when people stake and unstake onto all these other pools under these projects. We're taking a percentage of that and putting in the Apollo Fuel Tank. So for example, if we had 20 different projects setting up 20 different pools on our platform, our investors are now going to get rewards in 20 different tokens, plus the Apollo reflections, plus the profit share. And to take this one step further is that if, say, the APY was 10,000%, say, and you had certain amount of tokens, it's based on the same token, sort of the staking for the whitelist, same amounts, 30,000, 60, or 30,000, 90,000, 180,000 tokens. If you have that many tokens plus an NFT, you can earn up to a 2x boost on that APY if you invested in that project. So say there's a vetted project that launched their platform, you love them, you want to invest, you hold their tokens, you might as well stake their tokens to earn an APY. But if you own Apollo, you could get 2 times the boost, 2 times that APY, or up to 2 times that APY for projects that you're in on anyway. So it goes hand in hand that our investors are going to get airdrop no matter what, whether they invest in the project or not, doesn't matter. We're going to airdrop every day, as well as if you did want to invest and did want to stake those tokens, if you have the Apollo side, you can get 2 times your boost, which is pretty impressive stuff. So again, I'm going to test all that tonight. I'm hoping that we can push it live over the weekend, which would be absolutely amazing. So, that's one of the extra features that will give some serious passive income to our holders, and some ability to earn more on these other projects.
Okay, ein bisschen was zu erzählen, glaube ich, jetzt auf Deutsch für mich. Ich gehe mal noch ganz kurz auf die DEX mit ein, weil ich das ziemlich wichtig finde. Wie man jetzt so ein bisschen mal rausgehört hat, bauen wir ja immer weiter. Und wir versuchen diese Apollo, sage ich mal, wie eine Maschine aufzubauen mit verschiedenen Zahnrädern. Das eine Zahnrad greift in das andere und so weiter und so fort. Und so baut sich dann eben Apollo auf. Und ein Kriterium ist natürlich, oder ein wichtiger Bestandteil ist auch, eine eigene DEX zu haben. Und die DEX wird folgendermaßen aufgebaut sein. Es ist ein Hybrid. Also wir werden teilweise unsere eigene Liquidität haben von Projekten, die auf Apollo zum Beispiel gelauncht haben. Das wird dann auch integriert sein, zum Beispiel auf der Website. Du möchtest deinen Pre-Launch starten. Hier hast du die Option, auf unsere DEX dich einzulisten. Hier hast du die Option, dein Marketing zu planen. Hier hast du deine Option, ein APY-Pool auf uns zu haben. Genau. Die DEX, natürlich werden da auch Kosten entstehen für die Projekte, und das wird dann auch wieder weitergegeben an die Holder. Wie genau, wie viel Prozent das ist, das wissen wir jetzt noch nicht, oder das weiß Pat jetzt, glaube ich, noch nicht. Aber es wird natürlich in naher Zukunft dann veröffentlicht werden oder annonciert werden. Wer Lust hat, sich mal kurz ein bisschen in die DEX visuell einzuschauen, in der letzten AMA von uns, kann man auf dem deutschen Telegram-Channel oder auf dem Englisch natürlich nachschauen, ist die DEX kurz angeschnitten in Screenshots, wie sie ausschauen wird. Wieso Hybrid? Weil natürlich auch Projekte, die nicht auf Apollo gelauncht haben, die Option haben sollen, sich auf unserer DEX zu listen. Und wir ziehen dann die Liquidity von anderen DEXen her. Bezüglich APY-Pool, wir warten alle auf den APY-Pool und aufs passive Einkommen, sage ich mal. Vor allem jetzt im Bärenmarkt ist es immer ein bisschen schön zu sehen, dass was vorwärts geht in der Wallet. Nehmen wir mal an, 20 verschiedene Projekte launchen auf Apollo. Alle 24 Stunden wird der Kontrakt getriggert, damit die Apollo Holder NFT oder Token Rewards bekommen in dem APY-Pool, was das Projekt gelauncht hat. Wie das funktioniert, ist folgendermaßen: Das Projekt meldet sich an und natürlich mit seinem APY-Pool, und 1% von dem Maximum am APY-Pool, was es ausgeben möchte, bekommen nur die Apollo-Investoren. Also von 100% bekommen 1% aus einem separaten Pool, wird rausgezogen und der wird dann verteilt an die Apollo-Community, was Apollo-Token und NFT hält. Genau. Ja, habe ich was vergessen? Ich hoffe, das war verständlich.
War es eigentlich schon. Wie gesagt, im schlimmsten Fall werden wir es dann bei der Fragerunde mitbekommen.
Okay, super. I'm done.
You're done? Okay.
I'm done. It's your turn again.
Okay.
I told you it will be a fucking long AMA today, huh?
Okay. I'm good. So I guess like really that kind of sums up what that platform is. There's a couple other things we can get into really, like the safe plays, but I think just coming from more of a hype standpoint of what we're doing milestone wise coming up over the next short period. So we've got two companies that are currently being registered offshore. Obviously, I'm Canadian. Taxes in Canada sucks. So we've got two companies. The first company is Apollo Pay, which we started building out. I wanted to build a merch website that accepted cryptocurrency, right? So we built it in WooCommerce. I was like, Mint, there's plugins that are available, not secure at all. I was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable connecting my wallet to this to pay for merchandise. Why would I want my investors to risk, anything? So that just got me the idea that we would actually create a whole payment processing platform. So that's well into development now. The whole back end system's done. The plugin actually for WooCommerce, a native plugin that any e-commerce or WooCommerce user on WordPress can search for the plugins, our Apollo Pay plugin, install it, create a free account on Apollo Pay, and accept any of the cryptocurrency they want, and we take a small fee on every one of those transactions, which right now we're working on WooCommerce. Shopify is the next little project to be able to integrate with Shopify, to be able to allow DeFi payments through MetaMask or Trust Wallet or a DApp browser, whatever wallet you want to use to be able to make those payments. And basically what happens is the WooCommerce will send the order through to a custom checkout page, which our merchants can customize with their logo, the colors, all of that stuff can be customized. So as soon as the order gets placed, somebody selects that they want to pay with Apollo Pay on the WooCommerce site, it sends the order over through to a checkout page, which the buyer can then select the currency, connect their wallet, make the payment, and that money automatically goes to the merchant and then selects and creates a completed order status on the WooCommerce e-commerce platform. So, it's all native integrations. It'll work the exact same way when we finish off the Shopify side. And then over and above that, coming from the ability for influencers or even, COINATION, for example, if you guys do AMAs, you guys charge money for your AMAs, instead of requesting that hashtag at the end, some of your hashtags confirm, that you can actually send somebody a link that goes to a checkout page, like a buy now button, if you were to put a PayPal buy now button on your website or blog, that instead, you can actually customize which fields you even ask those customers. So you send them a link, and maybe you want to know what their website is, their Telegram, their first name, last name, whatever those custom fields are. You can build that in the platform, create that link, and again, you can select as a merchant, okay, I'll accept ETH, BUSD, whatever network, whatever chain, and whatever coins of those chain that you want to accept. And you can customize that all in the dashboard, send out that link, and people can make payments. And the reporting side of it, it's amazing to be able to see how much money you've come in, which products. You can have multiple SKUs, multiple products. If you do like a half-hour AMA, hour AMA, pin post, whatever it may be, then you can see exactly where your money is. And to go above and beyond that is there's a lot of people that have multiple groups in Telegram, or maybe they have a Telegram group and a merch website or a blog. You can actually create multiple stores within this platform under one username. So it's a one-stop place for you to be able to record, see reporting of transactions, which is mind-blowing. I don't think it's been, I think a couple of people really tried to do it. I'm not really sure where people are at with that, but I think it's a needed thing in the space. There's lots of the coin payments integrations and shit like that, but not necessarily fully in the DeFi side. So that is one big company, big project that's a little ways out, but it's well under development. The second one, which is a little more bullish probably than anything else that we're doing right now, we decided to build a cell phone company, mobile, which is going to be a DeFi payment, multi-level, 5-level deep, multi-level marketing system, custom platform that people can sign up, receive an eSIM for cell phone plans, which is global roaming, that if you're in Germany and you travel to Canada, it doesn't matter, you can just still use your phone. A lot of phones right now, like my iPhone, I can go in and I can add a second line without actually popping in a SIM card. It's all done digitally now, right? So our system is going to be a web app that you're able to connect your wallet, make a payment on your cell phone bill, and literally send a link out to as many friends as you want, and then you get a percentage of every single one of your friends' cell phone bills that they pay. And that goes 5 levels deep. So not only can you get a pretty good deal on a cell phone bill, because we're going to make it very, very competitive, and because people think we're crazy, but we're actually been partnering with different companies that already offer services and towers, in every 200 plus countries that this will work on 4G or 5G networks. So you're going to get the speed, you're going to get data voice, data voice and SMS, affordable pricing, able to pay with DeFi, and a multi-level marketing scheme to go along with it that will go 5 levels deep in affiliates that people can make a serious monthly income just by referring people to get a cell phone just like cell phone plan. And we are launching an NFT collection on that as well, which will give people some other perks and benefits, and we're looking to do the next week or two on the NFT side. So again, like, those are two massive companies that are both being registered offshore as legit companies, Apollo Pay and NFT Cellular. So we actually do have NFTcellular.com. The NFT collection for that is SimDroids, which the website will be up probably tomorrow. Pretty much all the contracts are ready to go on both sides of things. The South company is way ahead of the course. That's kind of been my little baby for the last couple of weeks, doing all the research, tons of calls and meetings with different cell phone providers or plan providers. So we will 100% be the first DeFi cell company, full stop, when it comes to complete DeFi payments. Pretty crazy stuff.
Are you just providing the eSIM and the possibility of communicating, or are you also producing your own mobile phone?
Well, people that know me, it's fucking, you have these brainy ideas, right? So if you check out the website tomorrow, once we launch the NFT Cellular, first it will 100% start with an operating system next year, first quarter of next year. I know ETH, I think it's called, I forget what it's called, ETHIOS or ETH or Ethos or something, creating their own DApp marketplace, their own operating system. And I think it starts with that, and I know that it's like Solana has their new phone coming out, Tesla or Elon Musk is doing something similar. But I think that's definitely the pipeline for sure. We're right now we're kind of restructuring some of the people in our own community, our own groups, to be able to help out and take over some of the projects, and hiring more people to help the platforms to be able to push. The other bonus when it comes to the marketing aspect, we will be doing this NFT collection launch. I think we're going to do a private sale round next weekend. But a very large portion of the money that's coming in from that NFT collection will be used to market, one, NFT Cellular, and two, Apollo as a whole. So, our plan is to get these two massive companies launched, raise a bunch of capital when it comes to the NFT side, and then go crazy when it comes to the marketing. Because in this bear market, like, I can spend $30,000-$40,000 this week and get absolutely nothing. But if we have a substantial amount of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, that we can spread across all the platforms and be everywhere as we could possibly be in DeFi, every influencer group, Twitter group, Discord, YouTube, TikTok, you name the social platform, wherever DeFi sits and sleeps, that's where we want to be. And we want to be able to layer that strategy, for a good 2-month period, for people to find more about Apollo, because right now nobody really knows. Like, there's so many people that are, what's Apollo? You know what I mean? And we have so much to offer and so much coming down the pipe that we want to be able to hit this ground running over the next few weeks. And really, when this bull market starts turning around, or the bear market turns around into a bull market, then we're set. When it comes to the growth potential.
So you're preparing for a moon mission currently?
100%. I know a lot of friends, a lot of projects and acquaintances that's launched around the same time as us, and they just packed up. Like, they didn't have the money, they didn't have the funds, they didn't have the brain power to really push through a bear market. I've been through a bear market. I've invested through a bear market. It doesn't faze me. Bear markets just mean you accumulate more, buy more, and when it comes to the project, we're just going to bang out more utility, and nothing's going to stop that, right? So we're just being very strategic in what we're doing right now, building out the company as a whole, so that we are ready to go when this fucking turns.
That's a plan, I'd say.
Yeah, man.
Was mich da, ich schau mal kurz rein, ich hoffe, das mit dem Apollo Pay hat jeder verstanden, dass wir auf natürlich mit Crypto, Payments, E-Commerce Store eben einen Angriff nehmen, wie WooCommerce oder Shopify. Da kann jeder Store, jeder Shop.
Irgendwas rauscht da bei dir.
Hallo?
Ja, jetzt geht's wieder.
Okay, entschuldige. Dass Apollo Pay eben auf jedem Shopify Store oder WooCommerce Store integrierbar ist, wo man mit Krypto zahlen kann. Und das Coole ist, dass wenn du natürlich multiple Stores hast, zum Beispiel, also 3 Shops auf Shopify, 2 auf WooCommerce oder so, du kannst es als Plugin eben dort anmelden und hast alle Stores in den Übersichten. Und die Stores kannst du auch auf deiner Apollo Pay Website eben nachvollziehen, wo eigentlich das Einkommen herkommt, aus welchem Store. Und genau. Aber interessanter finde ich persönlich ist das NFT Cellular, weil ich habe das nicht gewusst, ich habe das nicht gekannt bis vor 2 Wochen, dass es überhaupt sowas gibt wie eine eSIM-Karte. Ich bin jetzt in die Schweiz gezogen, von Österreich oder von erst zuerst nach Deutschland, nach Österreich und dann warst du überall Europa, okay, funktioniert, und jetzt auf einmal in die Schweiz, gut, musst du eine neue SIM-Karte holen und kaufen, ja, hast wieder das Geschiss, irgendwie nach Europa zu telefonieren oder was, Internet und so weiter und so fort. Auf jeden Fall basiert es darauf, also ich glaube, wir sind in über 200, werden wir in 200 Countries in Länder vertreten sein. Und es ist länderübergreifend. Du zahlst praktisch deine Handyrechnung, zahlst du in Krypto und bekommst dann sozusagen auch in aller Welt, hast du deinen Internetzugang, du kannst telefonieren und so weiter und so fort. Die Marketingstrategie dahinter ist, dass wir mit Affiliates arbeiten. Das heißt, du hast einen Einladungslink, einen Affiliate-Link und bekommst bis zu 5 Levels, generierst du eben passives Einkommen. Das ist die Marketingstrategie dahinter. Das Kapital, das aus den NFTs gewonnen wird, die jetzt in den nächsten 2 Wochen launchen werden auf ETH. Pat, the NFTs Cellular will launch on Ethereum, right? You're muted.
There we go. Yeah, the NFT is going to be on the ETH side. So the private round we'll do. I think we'll probably just release 500 of the 5,000 on the private round, and the regular price is going to be $300, I do believe, in ETH, and it'll be, say, $250 on the private round side.
Okay, also $250 in den Private Rounds. Und es werden von 5000 NFTs werden insgesamt 500 in der Private Round eben veröffentlicht. $250 in Ethereum, 300 dann danach. Was bringen die NFTs? Natürlich Profit Share en masse, wegen am passiven Einkommen.
Yeah, those NFTs will give a larger portion of the profit that particular company. We'll have that set by the weekend before we do the announcements of the sale and all that. But it'll be a substantial portion. Obviously, if people are going to invest in that particular company, we want to be able to share that. There'll be perks, other perks coming from discounts on cell phones, accessories, merch, all of that stuff, and some additional other perks of as well coming from a utility standpoint. So we do want to grow. You are nailed it. We do want to be able to grow communications company. Also give back to places that come from a charity aspect, and places that don't have proper communication, and really get into that market as a company as a whole. So some pretty cool opportunities with those NFTs that are coming down the pipe for sure.
Cool, awesome. And let's say I have 2 Pharrells, right? I get passive income. Do I get a discount on my phone bill?
So we're looking at that now. We're going to be working out all the pricing. We're signing some of the contracts. Sorry, guys, if you hear the rain, the thunderstorm, I'm in my car because I left the hospital and now I'm in a parking lot. And I just see lightning and thunder. So I apologize in advance if you can't hear me because of the amount of rain that's about to come down on me. So anyway, yeah, there will be discounts on cell phone bills, accessories, any of that stuff that we're doing, moving forward in that company. So we'll definitely have a list up. We'll definitely share the link with you guys as well. It's a separate symbiotes.com. So we'll give you guys those links once we have that available at the end of the week.
Awesome. I think we mentioned everything, didn't we? What are we missing?
There's one more project, but I can't talk about that yet. So there's another bigger project that's launching. We'll let you guys know in the next 2 weeks once that goes fully live. We want to get some massive user base on that beforehand before we announce that. But there is some little secret that we're holding back from the entire community.
I'm really curious what this would be.
Just wait and see. I can promise that it's an entire platform that has been built, that is in serious testing phases right now, over and above anything else we've done. I have a special team working on this particular project right now. So good. You'd be impressed.
But it's a part of Apollo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Let's mention the incubator programs. Let's talk fast one sentence about buyback and burn, I guess.
So we've got an incubator program. So some projects that came to us that didn't have, for one, money, 2, knowledge, experience, shitty white papers, no websites, didn't really know what they were doing. So we've taken upon something called the incubator program, which we've just restructured recently as well. But we're helping out projects get their projects sold out, basically on the pre-sale. So how that works, we actually do their contracts. I hold the contracts. I'm obviously fully doxed. I think there's social links that are pinned from a month ago. Like anybody here, actually most people probably know me some of them probably know my fucking address at this point. So anyway, I hold the contracts. I deploy the contracts. Our team helps out with the white paper, website, every aspect. Maybe it's just idea, like checking out the ideas to make sure they're legit, not going some crazy far-fetched thing like a metaverse. I swear to God, if I hear somebody with no money tell me they're going to build a metaverse again, I will snap. Anyway, nobody has enough money right now to compete with the big boys in the metaverse space, really. So anyway, it is what it is. But how we get paid. So I guess we help them fill a private sale. All of the money from the private sale is then used to market to fill a pre-sale, which they still get their money. Obviously, we deploy the contract, the pre-sale sells out, the projects get their money. We stay on as an advisor for 6 months, but we help them from start to finish, all the way through from idea to fruition to launch. And the benefit to Apollo is that every one of those contracts, 1% goes back into Apollo for basically a portion of that goes back and buys back Apollo and burns it. So that is on the incubator side that we actually help projects and move them along. We've got a bunch of projects in the works right now. A couple of them I had to let go, but overall that is something we're going to be pushing forward with the new restructure. The flip side, over and above that, we do have a self-serve section. I didn't talk about this, and I'll briefly tell you about it. If you go on our platform right now, there's something called Safe Play at the top. There's also a token creation button. The token creation is 100% free. That token creation gives very limited functionality from the owner standpoint. Like they can't pause trading, they can't do a bunch of dirty shit when it comes to rug pulls with the contract write functions. So 1% of that token tax also buys back and burns Apollo, and that's automatically in that. We don't charge up front for the token. So when it comes to the DGEM plays and DGEMs that don't want to spend the 0.5 BNB or 0.3 BNB to be able to create a contract, but we do some pretty cool functionality that you can customize your contract in cool ways of marketing, and it's more like click and choose what features you want in your contract versus taking a shitty one option template from Pixel, for example. So those projects, again, 1% of those safe plays buy back and burn Apollo, which for one, that's amazing. It's going to keep the chart going up once those guys get volume. But coming from the safe play side, there's a whole section for it that these people that create their token, they can then put their token address in and verify that it's that token created by us, and then create a safe play presale, which limits them based on what their hard caps can be, what their soft caps can be, what their min and max investments can be. What the liquidity time has to be locked for 21 days for typical DGEM play has to be locked for a particular time. Once they connect their wallet to finalize the set up the presale, all remaining tokens get burned. So it's literally the only tokens are in the presale contract or going into liquidity on launch. So there's no ability for somebody right off the bat to rug because of liquidity, sell their team tokens or tokens left over because there isn't any, stop trading, create a honeypot, increase the taxes. None of that shit can be done on the platform. So it literally makes it a complete safe DGEM type play. Or maybe it's not a DGEM play. Maybe they just wanted our contract. But those also do a 1% buyback and burn over and above what we're doing with the incubator side that are helping some serious utility projects get on the ground, get off the ground, and get some marketing and get some help. So 2 big things.
Sounds great, I have to say. I'm really hyped.
It's good stuff. Yeah, lots of stuff to come. Like I've been in business a lot of years, and nothing's going to stop us when we have these crazy ideas. Some people, investors, have been with me since the beginning, and they think I'm fucking nuts. But every single time we nail it out of the park, we bring the utility live, and come up with new ideas to work on. So there's not going to be this downtime of not pushing forward with Apollo.
So even now you're steadily pushing forward.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't give a shit. Nothing's going to stop us at this point.
That's a great mindset.
Thanks, man.
Okay. I think we talked about everything, didn't we?
Yep.
Open for question, I would say.
Yeah, sounds good. Pablo, machst du den Chat auf? Pablo will open the chat now, and whoever got a question in German, English, doesn't matter, feel free to ask.
Bin mal gespannt auf die erste Frage, die jetzt reinkommen wird.
John is raising his hands. John, please go ahead.
Hello.
John.
Can you hear me?
Of course.
Okay, this is my question. What are your top priorities before the end? Your top 3 priorities, and what are the biggest obstacles to these priorities?
number one priorities are investors, for sure. Always has been, always will be. And I guess coming from the issues, I guess more of it's really just the market. And for us, like diversifying the products, be able to pivot, to be able to still profit, still keep our investors happy, still make it a feasible investment, or something that somebody wants to invest in. That's probably the biggest thing, coming from being able to pivot quickly. Hence Apollo Pay, and hence a cell phone company that are based on everybody needs a phone and everybody needs to process payments. So it's not necessarily going to people going to launch projects. So for us to be able to quickly diversify, that's definitely a challenge. And then mass adoption is another challenge, which we've got solutions for as well.
Okay. Cool.
Hello?
Pat.
Yo, okay, then what? Sorry.
No, let's not. Now somebody else, please. Thank you very much.
So another question I just saw in the chat was, your token is running on which chain?
BSC.
So Apollo läuft auf BSC. So
Okay, hello. Is there a way the community can make decision in the governance of the project?
What's the question? Sorry.
Is there a way the community itself can make decisions on the project?
To be honest, like I listen to all of, I'm probably one of the most open CEOs on the planet. How many DMs I get in a run of a day, calls I get on with our investors in our community, and I literally listen to everybody. At the end of the day, like it's not necessarily a DAO, because this is being run as an actual business with hundreds of thousands of dollars invested, but we definitely do 100% take our investors' opinion important for the decisions that we're pushing forward with. And you guys probably hear the rain, so I apologize.
Yeah, okay,
No, it's
thank
cool.
you very
It's
much.
cool. Okay, bekommen wir noch irgendwelche Fragen rein, ohne irgendwie Google Translate oder sonstiges?
wie lange gibt's Apollo schon? Ich glaube, das hatten wir schon.
Ja, Apollo seit April, und der Unterschied zu anderen Launchpads ist Versicherung, Apollo-Versicherung, natürlich die ganzen KYC-Audits, die wir anbieten, die Decks, die abkommen. Ja, dass wir natürlich nicht wie Pinsel oder sonstiges
what was the question?
No, it's good. I'm just talking. The question was, what is the difference between other launchpads and Apollo? Und ja, dass wir natürlich nicht raisen oder nicht die Kosten beanspruchen in dem Token, wie bei Pinsel, dass ja 2% von dem Token des Launch muss an Pinsel abgegeben werden. Wir launchen wirklich, also unsere Kosten beziehen sich dann nur auf BNB oder Crow, 2% von dem geraisten Kapital von dem Projekt. Deutlich günstiger wie andere Launchpads natürlich.
Mhm. Eine andere Frage, die jetzt auf Deutsch und Englisch reinkam, aber auf jeden Fall sehr interessant ist, wie es mit Datenschutz aussieht. Ist man da, wenn man jetzt eine Telefonnummer kauft, ist man da anonym? Wie läuft das genau? Braucht man ein KYC oder kann man das einfach anonym über Trust Wallet oder Metamask kaufen? Wie rennt das ab?
Muss man die Frage an Pat stellen bei den NFTs. Pat, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, how is the anonymity secured when buying the eSIM, the telephone? Do you have to make a KYC, one of our partners that we are going to work with, or how is it managed?
So there's a couple different options that we're looking at right now, and There's either one being a private network, which will basically be NFT Cellular as a private network, and everybody else is our community that's buying it. I'm not sure. We still have a few questions when it comes to the scalability of that. But there are going to be different requirements based on where people live, which countries and which legislation and regulations are per country. So a lot of it has to do with where the cell phone company is based. That is why we're registering currently in Seychelles, off the coast, I guess, be Africa. But we're just working through the regulatory stuff this week.
Okay. So there is not a specific anonymous factor which you can guarantee. So it's how shall I say it in English? If I want to get a mobile number and I don't want my name to be visible, is this possible or not?
That's what I'm shooting for, and that's what I want to happen. There's two different sides to it that we have to look at. One is 100% solely based on where the company is registered, where the cell provider is registered, and that's the route that I'm trying to go right now with registering in Seychelles and doing a private network. So that's what I'm shooting for, that you're going to be able to connect your wallet just like a DeFi wallet, DeFi payment, and keep this legit DeFi as I possibly can. That is my 100% goal with this, and I will have that news by the end of the week if that's how this is going to roll out.
Okay, so we'll get more information by the end of the week.
100%.
That sounds great. Because I think that's a really interesting topic, because it's not that easy to get an anonymous phone. And I think if someone likes their privacy, that's something which is really interesting to them.
Oh, 100%. I know, like in Canada, I can go get pay-as-you-go phones and not sign up with anything and just go buy a burner phone, basically, but not necessarily on a monthly plan or anything like that. So that's what's going to make it a little bit different with us. I'm wholeheartedly with you.
And this will run over your D app or over a external wallet, or is there anything specific yet?
So we are building out an app which has to do with Apollo as a whole. So basically, it's its own wallets, DEX, every function that we have with Apollo will be built in the app, which also pays you in cryptocurrency to look at lock screen ads on your phone. So there's some other stuff that we didn't talk about that'll be in this app that we're building, which the cell phone part can be and will be integrated with that. Right now, it will be just a web-based DApp that you connect your wallet, see your plan, get your affiliate link or referral link to be able to share with people, and then we will be moving it into an app-based.
Okay. Because I'm not that familiar with the technical details in the background, but somehow your phone has to know that it
correct.
And I just was wondering how it recognizes it. Yep.
So basically, the first time you do it, it'll pop up on the screen on the computer QR code. So if you go into your phone that's eSIM enabled, you click on Add New Plan. Little screen comes up with a scanner. Put that over the QR code. It'll automatically bring in that information. And as long as you're renewing and paying your bill through the website, which will send out notifications that another payment or another month's due, or if you already have referrals that are coming in from like the downline referrals and your bill's covered, then it just keeps renewing. It doesn't end. So the very, very first time when you purchase, it'll literally come up on the screen with a QR code. You scan your phone, you're good to go.
Okay. That's interesting. Is there a maximum of numbers you can obtain?
Nope. There will be no regulation on that. Nope.
So as long as I'm buying and paying, I can have an unlimited amount of.
You can buy as many plans as you want.
Okay. So there will be a lot of trick calls later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone just ordered pizza.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right, thank you very much. Listening to the AMA right from the beginning, I feel kind of curious to know what is the concept or inspiration behind the project.
Well, two. One, I've seen so many projects get screwed over by influencers and pre-sale platforms that were dumping tokens and everything else, and two, as an entrepreneur, to bring my mainstream company into the DeFi space was just it just made sense. So the two things, for one, as an entrepreneur in business, and two, really just to help projects, get help.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I did. I just have one more question. So how do you plan to grow your community?
When we start, we've got a lot of partners. So for right now, like, we're not really taking advantage of a lot of the situations that we're in. Like, we've partnered with some of the largest influencers on the planet, really in the DeFi space, Travel Out, Wellco and Talk. Like, I could go on you can go on our website and check out all the partners that we've made. So a lot of those, we post on a regular basis once we start moving the market a little bit. And when we start growing the community, a lot of that's going to come over time once we start picking up mass adoption. With the presale platform, with the NFT cellular side or the Apollo Pay side, and then when we take $200,000-$400,000, from NFT proceeds to be able to market the Apollo ecosystem, that's going to bring in customers, and that's going to bring in community investors.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to ask. And it's a very nice project. Thank you.
I guess you got an audit. Pat?
What's that?
I guess you got an audit because the question came up in the chat.
Have we been audited?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. We were double audited. One through CoinSalt, one through InterFi. Both, the whole platform has been audited. Tokens been audited. I've been double KYC just for the simple fact of, transparency, even though that my socials are all completely open to everybody as well. But yeah, I 100% went through those basis.
Amazing. So Victor, did you have a question? I was hearing you.
What are your goals? Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry. Concerning your phone product, this is John speaking. Concerning your phone product, do you plan to expand it to other countries, like some African countries?
It's going to be available in over 200 countries already.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
My question is, what are your strategies concerning this project?
What's that? It's really muffled.
Your goals, your strategy.
Can anybody else hear?
I didn't get the question. You sound a little dull on the voice chat. Maybe you're too far away from the microphone.
What are your strategies? What do you think on project?
Again, we don't get it.
I said, what are your strategies? What are your goals? What do you plan to achieve on this project?
Ich glaube, das wird nichts mit dem Kollegen.
Victor, maybe write the question in the chat. We don't understand.
Okay.
Hello.
So
Hello, everyone.
I mute for a sec. So are there any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay. My question is about your staking for your token. Is there referral rewards if I refer my friends?
No, we don't have anything set up on the referral side of the token side. No.
Okay. Thank you.
So the referral is for the phone side.
Yeah, so there's going to be two sides to it. Like, there's the referral affiliate side for the cell phone itself, and then we are doing kind of a referral thing for the NFT sales as well. But the main, moving forward, past everything, it'll be mainly the, just the 5-level deep for the cell phone side.
Okay. I think Victor is currently writing his question in the chat. So guys, any other questions come up? 3.
Yeah, I have another question.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do you have any governance rewards for the stakers apart from the normal reward they're gonna be getting from staking of their tokens?
What do you mean?
I mean extra bonuses for of the
No, it's pretty much all we've spoke about, really. You know, coming from the profit share and the reflections and the high APY pool distributions and the whitelist spots, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing over and above.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any ambassador program going on?
No, we do not. Not at this point. No.
Okay. 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 No problem. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Ja, ich glaube, wenn jetzt nur noch solche Fragen kommen und keine anderen mehr, dann war's das. Ja.
Genau, dann hätte ich gesagt, wird dann der Pablo mal 3 Fragen im Chat stellen, um die Aufmerksamen zu belohnen. So
Genau.
Pablo will write 3 questions about the project in the chat. Whoever answers first and correctly will win, and each person can only win once, so please keep that in mind. So Pablo is already writing the first question. First question wins the NFT. So erste Frage gewinnt das NFT, Leute.
The NFT for the Silverfoot, Apollo Pups is live. The NFT side will be releasing a private sale next weekend. It's either going to be Friday or Saturday, but yep.
We are on a giveaway right now.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I apologize. I don't know myself. So you guys do your thing. I apologize. Shit.
No worries. I was just saying that Pablo is gonna raffle the first question now for the NFT, and he's just typing it in the chat.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry.
So the first question, guys: which 2 chains does Apollo currently already support?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nope. Nope.
I guess there are a lot of people watching up the website currently. If they
Richtig, erste richtige Antwort.
That's great, Mr. Steak. So Pablo will start with the second question now, I'd say. Congrats, Mr. Steak, by the way. The second question will get 10,000 coins. So guys, be ready. How long is the liquidity locked? I think we got a winner here. Sasha. It was 1 year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, Sasha, congrats. So, last but not least, the third question. Stay tuned, guys. Jason, you're a little late. I think... Pablo, you are slow. I have to say that. You are not the quickest thing in the West. How much insurance do you get per NFT? Okay. Congrats.
Das war schnell. Das war sehr schnell. Wow.
Yes. Congrats, guys. Jason, I think you're on the wrong move now. So, die 3 Gewinner, the 3 winners, please will you send your addresses to Pablo? And he will guide it through, I think. Oder Pat, wie machen wir das am besten?
Na, ganz normal. Also einfach die Wallet an Pablo schicken, bitte. Und ich mache das mit Pablo und schicke heute noch die ganzen Rewards raus in den nächsten 15 bis 20 Minuten.
Sounds great. So guys, I hope you understood. Whoever won and doesn't understand German, please send your wallets to Pablo and he will send them to Pat and he will do this all in the evening.
Yeah.
Or after the AMA.
Cool. Guys, I have to go. I'm sorry. Thanks for the time and the awesome AMA. It was very cool having you all here. Please join the German chat or the Apollo chat. You see it in the pinned message of COINATION. If you have questions about buying the Apollo token, feel free. We are here to help. Read the white paper, have a look on the website. Ja, wie gesagt, einfach in den deutschen Apollo-Chat kommen. Wir sind da und falls ihr Interesse habt, in Apollo zu investieren. Ich glaube, es gibt nicht viele Projekte, die in dem Bärenmarkt jetzt so gut aufgestellt sind, finanziell und markttechnisch wie wir. Wir helfen gerne und ich bedanke mich für die Zeit, auch bei COINATION Team. Vielen Dank. Es hat nicht alles so geklappt von meiner Seite aus mit dem Logo, sage ich mal. Also das wurden definitiv ein paar Nerven in Anspruch genommen. Dickes Danke geht raus ans COINATION-Team, ja.
Wir bedanken uns auch recht herzlich, dass ihr heute da wart, Zeit genommen habt, euch vorzustellen. Pat, thanks a lot for taking your time to come here today and introduce yourself. It was a pleasure talking to you. You got a really interesting project.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks especially that you took off time off the hospital. It's not self-verständlich. I don't know it in English at the moment. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. Thank you truly so much for having me, and thank you, Pat, for translating and introducing to me the COINATION. I really appreciate it.
You did great, Pat. I know it's hard to translate, but you did a great job.
Thanks. That was so good. Thank you, Pat.
Awesome. Yo, my girlfriend is nagging me already. I have to go. Have a great evening, everybody.
You too, guys. Take care. I'm going to run and focus on the road here in this torrential rain pour. Driving a 700 horsepower car in the pouring rain. It sucks. But thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Pat. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good evening. Bye.
Take care.
Leute, ich wünsche euch noch einen schönen Abend. Ich werde das Ganze jetzt beenden und wenn es Fragen gibt, einfach an Pat, an uns im Chat, in der Gruppe. Genau. Have a good evening. If you got any further questions, just ask us here in the chat, in the Apollo community. See ya.